Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Last time we took on the last little minigame up in Zora's River and got ourselves both a new bomb bag and a bomb expansion. So with that all said and done, now we're all ready to head down here to the bottom of Lake Hylia and enter our next dungeon, the Lakebed Temple. It's been a while since we've been in a dungeon. Last time I recorded a dungeon in this game was about a month ago, so it'll feel nice to get back into a dungeon, and this is one of the hardest ones in the game in a lot of people's eyes. A lot of people say they don't like the Lakebed Temple because it's confusing with its layout, and it's very similar to Water Temple in Ocarina of Time, where it's easy to get lost and turned around, and it took a lot of people a long time to get through it their first time playing. Luckily, I'm not really going to have that much of an issue because I do remember the layout of this dungeon quite well, so we shouldn't really have any kind of issues like that. But what we need to do to get inside is we just need to bomb this little geyser here and just put another water bomb here just to get inside. So let's head into our third dungeon. And here we go, we are entering our third dungeon, Lakebed Temple. Now you can compare Lakebed to Ocarina of Time's Water Temple in a lot of ways. Just like the Water Temple, Lakebed Temple has a similar gimmick where you need to raise the water level to get to certain parts of the dungeon. You also have to use your iron boots and swim around a good amount in this dungeon to get to certain rooms and places. And also, you can get turned around here and get lost pretty easily, especially your first time playing. Now, since I played this game a couple times, I know the layout of this dungeon more, so I don't really find myself getting turned around and lost in this dungeon all that much, if not at all anymore. But your first time playing, that could be a common issue that pops up. And your first time playing, you'll probably think this is the worst dungeon in the game and the hardest one because it's so easy to get turned around, just like it was with Water Temple from Ocarina of Time. But besides that, this temple isn't all that bad. It's actually kind of easy. It's just pretty easy to lose yourself in these different rooms and get turned around. So with that all said, on with the episode. Here we are guys, we're inside Lakebed Temple. We don't get a little nice introduction until we're out of this little water segment here, which isn't that long, so once we rear our heads into the surface of this place, then we'll get a nice little introduction to it. Now the enemies we can't really do too much about underwater right now. We need the item from this dungeon in order to do it, but we can attack things like those clams. But for the most part I just say skip them because it's not worth your time to stop, put on your iron boots, and then just try to kill them. But here we are, we're inside Lakebed Temple, and already we're starting off with a little puzzle here. Also to give you a chew jelly right away, and I do believe that was a purple, so I don't want it. Now they have a red chew jelly right over here, so I'm gonna go grab it. Get my empty bottle ready and scoop her up. This is a chew jelly you want, and Link, you might want to turn away from that wall, buddy. You kind of look weird holding that up and just posing on the wall like that, but there you go. Red potion will restore 8 hearts, so in case you need to go ahead and heal yourself with about 8 hearts or so, use red potion. So that's a blue rupee, like we haven't seen that before. And just seeing what's inside some of these pots, you never know. Oh hey, another one. I didn't know that there was both a another chew jelly in here and then there was a treasure chest over here. Never knew that. So now we have 2 red shoes. So we can heal 16 hearts. That's very nice. And in here some water bombs. Very, very nice. We haven't even started using water bombs inside the dungeon itself, and already they're giving us new water bombs. For the most part, you're going to be using water bombs from time to time in here, but they give you a plentiful of water bombs here, mostly because they're going by the assumption that you might not have normal bombs with you here as well. They're going by the assumption that the only type of bomb you have is the water bomb, so they're making it easier on players who don't have another bomb bag by giving you plenty of water bomb refills throughout this place. And that's a very, very nice thing, because first time playing this, I only had the 1 bomb bag with the water bombs, so I was kind of running low on bombs. Actually a lot in here. Whoa, that's treacherous. Whoa, don't you think you ought to knock down these stalactites hanging off the ceiling first? They don't look to be very stable. I bet they break pretty easily if you hit them with enough force, don't you think? So really, the only thing we have right now that can knock something down with great force is our bomb arrow combination. And even though it's kind of pointless, I always like to shoot down every single stalactite in here. It's not like I'm going to need every single last bomb in my inventory. But walking in here, one of those stalactites falling is a little clue that you need to knock some of these down in order to climb your way up the walls here, just to get further on the dungeon. And what are you doing there, Link? Having a little fun with the rock? I'm just gonna walk around it. Now, again? What is with you and rocks today, Link? I never seen him do that before. But in this treasure chest here has some more water bombs. So like I said, they give you plenty of water bombs in here in case you're only coming in here with water bombs. And if I remember correctly, an expanded bomb bag full of water bombs here can carry up to 30 bombs. Yeah, I'm correct. So, first time playing, if you only have one type of bomb bag, and you only have the standard bomb bag, you don't have an upgraded one like I do, then the max you can carry is 15 water bombs. And if you use bombs a lot, then you're going to use up your water bombs pretty fast. Now, I don't get the point of this room. I mean, I can understand the little bridges on the side here, like the one we're on now. That these bridges, these are connecting this part of the walkway here to different parts of the temple. But I don't understand what is the purpose of all that waterway down there. Oh, wait a minute. There's this little baddie here. Let me just take care of this guy. And do a nice little flip. Just because. But I want to show you guys. This is not one of the rooms that you can do it in, but I'm going to have to look around one of the other passageways, but in one of the rooms, when you get the item from this dungeon, you can make your way down to that waterway and do stuff down there, but I don't find a purpose to it. There really isn't anything of value down there. You can go down there and explore a bit if you want to get some rupees or stuff like that, but besides maybe that little purpose, I don't see what's the point of that little room. I really don't. If someone wants to go ahead and explain what's the purpose of that area, please do, because I would love to hear it. The last time I went down that little segment was when I was kind of exploring things when I was playing this game the second time, and I found that there was nothing of value for me down there. There was really nothing besides maybe some rupees I can collect that serves me coming back down that area. It just felt pointless. But enough rambling about that. Pretty much now, this is the main hub right in here. This is the main room you'll be coming back to a lot. And what we want to do, really, is, as you guys see, the water in here is very low. But you see these two little platforms here that are in the center connected to this one big area. Well, that's a hint that you can raise the water level in here. Similar to how the water temple works in Ocarina of Time. In Lakebed Temple, you need to raise the water level. But unlike the water temple in Ocarina, you only have to worry about raising water levels, and you never have to lower any water levels. So you don't have to keep on going back and forth to places to keep on raising and lowering the water levels. You just keep it you just keep on raising it, and that's it. There's never an instance where you have to lower the water level here, which is very good, because thinking about that, the one big thing that gets a lot of people from Water Temple and Ocarina of Time, and it's a kind of an annoying thing for me too, is that you have to keep on going back and forth to raise and lower the water level in the dungeon. And to a point, it gets too tedious. I mean, who wants to keep on going back and forth just to raise and lower the water level? I mean, that's kind of asking too much of the player. But here we go, we found Uku again, so Uku, you're going to join our inventory, and I'll think if I want to use you or not. To be honest though, I will be using Uku actually in the very last part of this dungeon, once I have the dungeon item and I'm ready to head to the boss, simply because there's a heart piece I want to get with the dungeon item, and I want to get it now. I don't want to wait, because just a little heads up for you guys. Once you beat this dungeon and you beat the boss, you enter the point of no return where, for a while, you won't be able to do anything around Hyrule Field or anything around the area. You have to go ahead and do what the story mandates. So that heart piece I'll be getting, I wouldn't be able to get for a while, and I can't go in here, so let me exit. But yeah, the heart piece I'm going for, we will not be able to get for quite a while in the game if I go ahead and miss it. So I'm going to go ahead and get it once we get the dungeon item, and we're pretty much ready to go fight the boss, because I don't want to leave the dungeon abruptly. I mean, leaving when we're ready to fight a boss makes more sense. And that hurt. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to find ways to open up more passages for us. And I think one of the ways we'll do that for now is a key. And I think a good way to kill these guys is with bomb arrows. That is if they don't do that. Yeah, it's an instant kill if you shoot them with a bomb arrow. So that's a nice little tip if you want to kill these guys fast. And also, their little helmets can be used as weights, and that's kind of important for puzzles later on. But as you see, there's a little mesh here. If you have the item of this dungeon, and if you guys played this game, you know what the item is. But if you have the item of this dungeon, you can go ahead and climb down that mesh. And doing so, it just kind of feels pointless. Because, like I said, I don't really find anything of value down there. But you see these two stalactites in the room. Shoot them both down. You only really need to shoot down one, and that's the one where the geysers coming up and down. But I recommend just shooting them both down anyways. It just makes things a little easier on you. Give you a little walkway right here. And in fact, I probably should use the walkway a little more than that. I mean, I should probably just climb on the side a tiny bit. Well, then again, this is probably a little faster. I don't know. I'm kind of undecisive on it. But what you want to do, that's what I always like to do. You want to jump on that thing when it's starting to rise up, but a good idea, jump to the geyser and put on your iron boots, because whenever you put on your iron boots, you fall faster. So, because of it, it makes it a little easier for you to land on the platform, because it is kind of hard to land on that platform. But that's just a nice little tip. You don't have to do it. That's not required to do it the way I did. It's just, that's how I always do it. You just have to have some good timing, though, with the jump. Alright, so now we just want to make our way out of here now that we have a small key. So now we'll be able to make our way a little deeper into the dungeon, maybe to an area that can help raise the water level a bit. So I guess while we're making that trip there, I have a couple of things I kind of want to talk about. I think I'll spread them out between videos because I don't want to make videos too long, so I don't want to like be on a topic for way too long. So I guess probably the first thing I should talk about is something I mentioned in a previous recording session in the previous videos. I talked about previously that I was using a very small TV to record, and I kind of fixed that issue now. But before I say it, here's the dungeon map in case you guys want that. This map actually is pretty easy to miss. When I first played this game, I missed this map. And so I searched all around the dungeon, and that was one of the last chests I checked. I didn't know that the dungeon map was there in the main area. I missed it. It's pretty easy to miss. But yeah, back to the topic of the TV thing. I said in a previous episode that the TV I was using, it died on me, so I had to just get a new TV. I ordered it, and well, for temporary use I had to use a smaller TV. Well, that changed now because I have my new TV in. I had this TV for about 2 weeks now or so, something like that. And I'm really enjoying it so far. It's really nice. The only thing that this TV doesn't have that I probably would have used is it doesn't have an S-video slot, where that's not really that big of a deal to me because I'm playing my game via composite right now and it's still looking very nice, but I'm recording an S-video, so the video quality is not changing. But my game on the TV looks a tiny bit different, and it still looks very nice, very sharp. And I'm surprised, and I cannot believe it went the wrong way. This is kind of a common complaint people have with Lakebed Temple. It's easy to get yourself turned around very easily. I kind of have to agree to a certain standpoint, because yes, I do get turned around in this place quite easily as well. But right now, I'm getting more turned around than I usually do, because I'm talking at the same time as trying to figure out where I need to go, so that's obviously throwing me off. But as I was saying, yeah, this TV doesn't have an S-video port. The only thing I use that it doesn't really have, and that's not that big of a deal because if I'm able to play my game via composite and it still looks pretty nice, then I don't really have to worry about that. And another thing I want to mention about this is I've been playing a lot of my PlayStation 3 on here so I can see how this TV looks with the high definition stuff, and it looks very, very nice actually. One thing that this TV has that the old one I used to use doesn't have is that it has the ability to view the picture in a full 100% mode, meaning it doesn't crop it at all. It views it at its native resolution, and I like that because on the TV I was using before, it didn't have an option like that. It was just normal, and well, that was it for the HDMI, and normal was a little cropped in, so some stuff was kind of getting cut still. I noticed that when I was watching some videos back of like a friend's or mine or something, it kind of looked cropped. But then on this TV, it doesn't really have that issue. By the way, that pillow I just shot down is useless. I just shot it down because I always do. Don't know why, it's just... I always like shooting down every single pillar I see here, every single stalactite. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this TV so far, and it's really, really nice to have it. And I've been using it for quite some time, so happy purchase. And I guess another thing I want to talk about is something about my setup. Besides the fact now I'm using a different TV to record and play my games off of and whatnot, I'm also using a new computer to record this. So that's making things a lot easier on me because, well, I can still use my laptop to record. I'm not retiring my laptop from recording altogether now. No way. I'm still going to be using it, just not every single recording session, which will help my laptop's lifespan a bit. Use your laptop like a desktop too much and that'll kill its lifespan. It won't last as long, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, it's one of these enemies. Oh, I like these guys. These are unique little enemies here. Well, these guys will hide in a little bubble like this, and you can't hurt them. See? I'm hitting the bubble, nothing's happening. Well, what we can do to get them out of this bubble is we just shoot a bomb at them, and that breaks the bubble apart. Later on, when we have the item from this dungeon, we can also use that to force those guys out of their little bubble. So that's very cool. As you see, we need our key, so we have to go through this other door and hope there's a key in here. But yeah, I'm using a new computer here. I got myself a new desktop because the desktop I had before, it was kind of old. I had the machine ever since Christmas of 2007, so that kind of gives off an age there. And while it was still a good machine, for everything I use it for, whether it be watching videos, editing videos, recording videos, notice I'm talking about videos all of a sudden, but also while trying to play certain games, or go ahead and just maybe even do some minor tasks, like maybe open up Word or something. I don't need that shoe. I'm gonna ignore it. But yeah, when I'm trying to use maybe other things like Word or something, it would have a little hard time trying to load it. So the machine was starting to show some of its age, and I wanted to upgrade it for a while, but I figured if I did do that, well, it would cost more to upgrade the machine than to just buy a new one. Because by the time you put all the parts into it, plus there's the fact of maybe the parts would be more expensive because it's an older machine, it would just kind of push up the value of the parts too much, and it would just be too expensive. So the other day, I went ahead and I got myself a new desktop, because I've been looking at desktops for about a week or so, and I found the one that I wanted and for a good deal, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I am loving this machine. It is a very nice machine. The only thing that this doesn't have that would probably be more useful to me now thinking about it would be its own dedicated video card, because this machine does have an integrated video system, but that is fine because really, for the use I'm going to be having this machine for, it's perfect for me. If I ever had need of, needing a new video card, which is mostly to do with very high-end video editing, which I'm not doing. I'm just doing like simple stuff. Even though I'm not using Windows Movie Maker, I'm still using a dedicated video editing program that's more designed for heavier editing instead of just putting together maybe like collages or something. Even though I'm doing that, it's not to a point where I'm extensive editing all the time and I need like the most powerful machine I can get for all these fancy little tricks. No, it's not really like that. And really, for now, I think the only big use I would get from a new video card would probably just be more for the PC gaming. And I don't do much PC gaming at all. In fact, actually, I've already started to pre-record another one of my Let's Plays, because I have one Let's Play all ready to go. I'm editing it up now. It's another blind playthrough. And I haven't done a blind playthrough ever since Sonic Generations, and that was around Christmas time when I recorded it, and it went up around January, so I figured, you know what, it's due time. Let's go ahead and try another blind playthrough and see how well that works. And I did. And to kind of segue here really quick, what you need to do here is you just need to grab that switch up there, pull it down, and you just raise the water level of the dungeon by, half, actually. Now we only need to do that one more time, and we can make our way over to where the boss door is. Keep in mind, we still need the boss key, though. And you also saw a treasure chest up there that's in a place where we can't really get to right now. Don't worry about coming back for that treasure chest, because all it has is 50 rupees, so it's not important at all. There's not really a need to come back unless you really want the 50 rupees. But like I was saying before, yeah, really the only big use I would see from a video card is gaming, and I'm not really going to be using it because the games I'm recording and pre-recording now, they're working perfectly fine with the hardware I currently have. They were perfectly fine with the hardware I currently have on my laptop. And if it didn't work on the laptop, then I know for a fact it wouldn't work on the desktop here I got. So, this room's here is pointless. I forgot. Wait a minute. Ooh, a fairy. Well, I want that. So let me go ahead and drink the red jelly and grab the fairy. Oh, look, for a second I, absorbed it. Now, what you really want to do here is you want to get that blue chew. Trust me, that blue chew you're going to want. So let me go ahead and drink the other red chew and see if I can grab that blue. Okay, good, I got it. Blue chew jelly is the equivalent of a blue potion, and it will restore every single heart. So, as you can tell, blue chew jelly is really, really useful. And that's why I wanted to grab it right away. Especially because it was kind of trying to mix with the purple, so I don't want to pick up the purple by mistake. And as you guys saw while I was picking it up, the chew was starting to fade away. So I didn't want to lose my chew as well. But, what I want to go ahead and do is get the bomb arrow combination again in case I need it. And let's drop down to this room here, where we were before. Just want to kind of get over to the side as much as I can, and I missed. Alright, so what was I talking about? I was talking about something. Oh yeah, the PC gaming, what I'm needing my hardware for and everything, that's right. Yeah, I don't need the video card, I'm perfectly fine with everything else. This machine has 6 gigabytes of RAM, it has a 1 terabyte hard drive, dual core 3.3 gigahertz processor, I believe. If it's not 3.3, then it's 3.2. So if you guys know your computers, you know that's fast. And I'm really liking this machine so far. It's making editing so much easier. My videos are rendering so much faster now. So that saves me a lot of time. Especially when it comes to editing raw footage for the LP League whenever I want to put up a game there or something, or have one ready to go. It makes that 10 times easier, so I'm very thankful for that. And it also makes my videos obviously 10 times easier to edit. Here's a good example. I rendered a trailer for one of my upcoming playthroughs, and that trailer is in HD. It's a 2-minute trailer. I render that on my laptop, and it takes about 10 minutes or so to render. Render the same trailer on my desktop. It takes 2 minutes, the same length as the video, 2 minutes to render that. As you can tell, the render times on this machine are a lot better than my laptop. I'll probably still use my laptop to render videos from time to time, but not as much as I do with this desktop. Alright, I just want to kind of stun him, and now shoot him in the butt. Alright, but enough talk about all that stuff. I kind of dragged on this video a little longer than I wanted to. I wanted this to only really go for 15 minutes, but I went on for 20. So, I'm going to end the video right here, right before we enter that door, because once we enter this little door here and go through the area, this little passageway here, we enter the mini-boss fight of this dungeon. So, next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, we're going to go ahead and take on the mini-boss of this dungeon, getting the dungeon item. So, I'll see you guys next time.